Have you ever, tried to ask Siri or another voice assistant to do something really specific inside an app and it just fails? Or it just does a web search? It's pretty
Oh,
frustrating.
absolutely. That gap between what you want it to do and what it can do has always been there.
Well, today we're diving into something that might finally bridge that gap. We're talking about a huge revamp for Siri that could genuinely change how you use your iPhone, your Mac, everything Apple.
Right. Our mission today is to really unpack what Apple's planning here based on reports from MacRumors, citing Mark Gurman at Bloomberg. We'll look at what this new Siri can supposedly do, when you might actually see it, and, why this could be a really big deal for Apple.
So get ready. We're going to explore how your devices could soon understand you with, well, way more precision and smarts than ever before.
Okay, so let's start with the what. What's actually changing?
Yeah, let's unpack it. So the report says Apple is testing this new Siri with a whole bunch of apps, not just their own, but third-party ones too.
Like which ones?
Well, the names mentioned are pretty big. Uber, AllTrails, Threads, Temu, Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, even some games apparently.
Wow. Okay, so a wide range.
Definitely. And they've got internal examples too, like someone asking Siri about their mom's flight details and lunch plans, and Siri actually pulling that info right out of the Mail Messages apps.
That's interesting. And the tech behind this,
Yeah.
it's Apple Intelligence, their AI stuff, but also this upgraded App Intense system, right?
Exactly. What is App Intense, really?
So think of App Intense as basically a way for app developers to tell the system, hey, my app can do these specific things using a kind of standard language.
Okay. So Siri doesn't need to learn every single app from scratch.
Precisely. It uses these predefined intents like book a ride or add to playlist or find reservation. It's not just about understanding words. It's about understanding your personal context, what's literally on your screen, and then having these hooks into the apps to take action.
Okay, so the promise is you can do stuff in apps just with your voice.
That's the core idea. Gurman gives some great examples. He says, with nothing but your voice, you'll be able to tell Siri to find a specific photo, edit, and send it off.
Find, edit, and send just by talking.
Yep. Or comment on an Instagram post. Or scroll through a shopping app and actually add something to your cart. Even log into a service without touching the screen.
Logging in without touching?
Yeah.
Wow, that feels different. Commenting on Instagram seems almost futuristic for voice control.
It really does. Gurman sums it up perfectly. Essentially, Siri could operate your apps like you would with precision inside their own interfaces.
Inside their own interfaces, that phrase really sticks out. No more just opening the app and stopping.
Exactly. It's about manipulating the app's controls directly, just like you would with your fingers,
Right.
but using your voice. It's a much deeper level of integration.
Imagine the convenience for you, right? No more tapping through menus for common tasks, just ask.
It sounds like a huge leap.
So the big question then is, when? When do we get this Super Siri? We've heard Tim Cook talk about making Siri more personal.
Right. Cook mentioned good progress and said features are on track to launch next year, after some earlier delays this year.
Okay, next year is still a bit vague, though. Does Gurman give us more?
He does. His reporting points specifically to spring 2026 for the U.S. launch.
Spring 2026, so maybe March or April.
That's the time frame suggested, yeah. Likely tied to software updates like iOS 26.4, iPadOS 26.4, and so on.
But there's a catch, isn't there?
There is. He notes it won't be available universally on day one. So, just like Apple Intelligence itself, the rollout might be staggered. Some countries might have to wait longer.
Okay, so US first, probably spring 2026, then maybe a wider rollout. That brings up a point for you, the listener, to think about. Are you ready for voice to become like a primary way you interact with your device in maybe, 18 months or so?
It's a big shift to consider, and this isn't just, a minor update. Gurman thinks this could finally deliver on that vision Apple had way back when Siri first launched.
The original vision, like nearly a decade and a half ago.
Yeah. That idea of a truly helpful, proactive assistant that can actually do things for you within your digital life, not just fetch information. If this works as described, it could be the realization of that.
It sounds incredibly ambitious, this level of deep app control.
It really is. Think about what that means for how you use technology day to day.
With that power comes responsibility, right? Or at least potential pitfalls. The report mentions Apple as being cautious.
That's right. And it makes sense. With Siri potentially able to perform complex actions inside apps, you have to think about the risks.
What kind of risks are we talking about?
Well, the report specifically mentions Apple is considering limiting or maybe even disabling some of these new capabilities in really sensitive areas. Think banking apps or health apps.
Ah, okay. You wouldn't want Siri accidentally transferring money or misinterpreting some health data command.
Exactly. Gurman says the reason is to ensure that Siri does not make the type of critical mistakes that have sometimes occurred doing internal testing. So they've seen things go wrong.
That's a really crucial point. How do you, as a user, balance that amazing convenience, telling Siri to pay a bill, for instance, with the absolute need for security and accuracy, especially with money or health?
It's a massive challenge. Where do you draw the line? How much control are you comfortable handing over, even if it promises efficiency? It's about trust, ultimately.
Yeah.
Trust in the system not to make critical errors.
It's a good reminder, isn't it? Even as tech gets smarter and aims to simplify things for you, that careful, responsible rollout is so important, especially when it involves your personal, sensitive information.
Absolutely critical.
So, wrapping this up, what we've looked at today isn't just another Siri update. It feels more like a potential shift in how you interact with your tech.
Yeah, the idea of ordering that Uber, editing that photo, adding to your cart, all just by asking, it feels genuinely different.
That phrase again, operating apps with precision inside their own interfaces, that really captures the potential, I think.
It does. And it leads to a final thought to leave you with. If Siri really can become an extension of your will inside any app, how does that change your relationship with your devices? Does it unlock new levels of efficiency? Or could it perhaps lead to new kinds of dependency? What does a truly voice-first interaction model mean for how you navigate your digital world?
Something definitely worth thinking about. Okay, that's our deep dive for today. We hope this gives you a clear picture of what might be coming for Siri and what it could mean for you and your Apple Gear.